All right, welcome back everybody. Well, we're approaching Christmas 2025, and every year I'm going to try and do a Christmas tune now. And this year I'm going to do Happy Christmas, War is Over by John Lennon. And I'm going to take you through I'm going to take you through the chords and some of the little parts that he's doing on there. There's a fair amount of things going on there, but you can do a very credible version that sounds very full with just yourself and an acoustic guitar. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So this is the kind of thing that you like and you haven't done so already, please jump down, click subscribe, ring the bell. The bell will tell you when I drop new content. I do that every single week. All my videos have chapters in them, so you can go right to the part of the lesson that you want to see and bypass what you don't. And if you're looking for other ways to support the channel, I appreciate that. There's thanks, just like throwing a tip in the tip jar, or even better, you can join my Patreon where I've got chord charts and tabs for all the lessons I do on YouTube, just like this one. And if you're interested in merch, I got some of that too. But links in the description below, check it out. All right, so happy Christmas. I guess it's Xmas, but I don't know what the hell Xmas is. So I'm gonna say Christmas. So it was John, it was Yoko, it was Klaus Vormann on bass, and it was the Harlem Choir, or Boris Choir, or some kind of choir. I don't know, I don't have any of them here, so it's just gonna be me and an acoustic guitar. I'm gonna take you through it. So, all right, so there's a bunch of layers of things that are going on here, and it's interesting. And beautiful, but you can, like I said, you can do a very credible version on a single guitar. Let's start with just the chords. What are the chords going on? You might have noticed there's sort of a, it sounds like a key change that's going on, and what's happening there. So first of all, we're in standard tuning, and I am going to take you through the chords now. So it starts in A, and what we're going to be doing with each one of these chords is we're going to be embellishing them. There's sort of a counter melody that happens. And you can sort of play along with that with your chords if you want to, or you can do it without. But the chords themselves, let's just stick with that. The chord starts with an A, and then it goes to the minor 2 of that chord, which is a B minor, and then the 5 of that chord, which is an E major, back to your 1, which is the A. And I'm giving you the number system because it's the exact same number system when we now pivot on the next verse to D. So you're moving everything in the same relationship of the chords, now starting with the D. So D is your 1 chord. And again, we're going to go to the minor 2. So from a D, that minor 2 is an E minor. And then the fifth of the D chord is an A. Back to your home, back to your D. All right, so those are how the verses go. I'm going to come to the chorus in a little bit. Let's talk about the flourishes, what's happening on there. So there's a counter melody that's happening, as you know. So while the chords are being played, there's this other melody, right? Right, that whole thing. So you can kind of get that when you're playing along with the chords. On the A, it's really easy. On the B minor, it's a little tricky, and listening to the record, it's really hard to hear what he's doing on acoustic guitar because everything is sort of layered on there. But the notes that are going on are right, and it's sort of difficult to get it. How I play that is so I pick up my finger there on that B minor, so regular B minor, a sus2, and then I go back to my B minor shape, but I just pick up my bar and leave that E string open. Back to your B minor. And then on your E, here's your sus. And the next note on that is here. If you're brave, you could attempt that. But it also sounds great if you just do. And then back to your A. And then back to your E. And then back to your A. And then back to your E. And then back to your A. And then back to your E. And then back to your A. And then back to your E. And then back to your A. 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 Okay, we're going to transpose that to D in a minute. And before we do that, let's talk about the strum pattern. So the strum pattern, this song is in 3/4. It's in a waltz time, which a lot of John Lennon songs are. Bumpy, a little bumpy, but it's so great. So that A, when we do that A with the melodic movement, it's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the rough strum pattern. Your B minor. And then your E. Back to your A. Okay, and you can just play it very fluid. I was stopping, which, you know, obviously he doesn't do. Right? You play through, now you're going to change to your D. So you're going to do the same thing, same pattern with your D. You're playing with the major third of these chords. That's your major third. And now your chord is an E minor, and that's a tough one. How do you do that? So how I do it, because I kind of like to hear that movement on there. I attempt it anyway. So I finger my E minor this way. Then I add the major seventh on here on your second string. Get that dissonant. And then your second fret on the E string. Right? Back to your A shake. And D. So let's run that A section to the D section all the way through. So this is Christmas. Then we're going to go to our chorus. Now, that last chord we ended on was a D. And you may know, especially you songwriters out there, you may know when you need to transition to somewhere else, you can take that chord that you're at and treat that as the turnaround chord or the 5 chord to wherever you want to go. So whatever chord you're on, you say, well, what is that the 5th of? And when I go to that chord, it'll sound like it's like the new one. It's the new sort of home, and it's a great way to sort of move through your progressions. And that's what he does here. He does it to get into this chorus, and then he does it again to get out of the chorus back to your verse. So here's what I mean. You're ending on your D. So the 5th D is the 5th of G, right? And that's why it sounds so great when he moves to that G. Right? And that on your chorus. Your second chord on the chorus is an A. To an E minor. Back to your G. D. Now where are you going to go? You know you need to end up in A, right? So what's the 5th of A? The fifth of A is an E. And that's why it sounds like it belongs when you're going back to your verse. All right, very cool, right? So let me take that that D section, going through the chorus, and then coming back to the A verse. Ready? Back in. Choked it off at the end there, but you get the idea. And there you go. And I think it fades out from there. I forget how many times it repeats that. 2 or 3 times. And then it just fades out on the A section of the verse. So anyway, that's Happy Christmas, War is Over by John Lennon. And I hope you learned something new today. So if this is the kind of thing that you like and you haven't done so yet, please jump down, click subscribe, ring the bell. Bell will tell you when I drop new content. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this. And if there's another song you want me to take on and do something similar, let me know what that is too. And I'll take this moment to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Holidays, whatever you're celebrating. I celebrate Christmas, so to you, I say, Merry Christmas. All right, take care, everybody.